Today, I take you on a wonderful journey through Spain. Spain is known to have a combination of historic beauty and modern thinking. The culture and tradition of this beautiful country is rich, colorful, and unique. Spain is a Christian nation where over 70% of the population is part of the Catholic Church, while 20% are non believers or atheists, and roughly 2% follow other religions that include Judaism, Hinduism, Islam, and Buddhism. Immigrants from other European countries like Romania, Morocco, Germany, and Britain are large in numbers as well. Weddings are one of the most important types of celebrations in Spain. Traditional Spanish bodas, otherwise called weddings, usually follow the Catholic tradition and may have at least 200 guests. However, these days, like everyone else, the number of guests really depends on the couple getting married. Today, more and more couples are opting for a civil ceremony and an intimate reception with family and close friends. You can learn more about the Spanish traditions in my book, Ceremonies, Unveiled, Weddings from Around the World. As I learned during my interviews, all of Spain is not the same. Like many countries, there are regional differences as far as food, customs, language, tourism, and industry are concerned. Some folks prefer the easygoing south, while others tend to favor the more industrial and commercially minded north part of Spain. During my journeys, really I was kept more in the northeast part of Spain, visiting Barcelona, Miranda, and Gironella. Like all of my trips, I would always start my excursion with a tour of the city so I could get the lay of the land, the historical scoop, and meet the locals. I did something a little different on my first day in Spain, and I met up with Naraya, a tour guide in Barcelona with a retro sidecar. This was a great way to experience Barcelona, top down and wind in my hair. What I learned from Naraya is Spain is among the few countries that has a very long history of invasions and invaders. This together resulted in the formation of a very unique yet rich and diverse culture. With monuments like the Tower of Hercules, the Royal Monastery of Santa Maria de Guadalupe, the Roman walls of Lugo, and many more, Spain has the second highest UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world. As a result of invasions and geographical diversity, the architecture of Spain has had a great influence from other cultures. Some of the major influences on the architecture of Spain are from the Greeks, Romans, Muslims, and North Africans. Some of the most innovative artists in the world also come from Spain. Some Spanish artists and sculptors like Pablo Picasso and Salvador Dali have left their mark in their field of art. What wasn't on my bucket list to do in Spain is a very old tradition that many are familiar with: bullfighting. Bullfighting is what I quickly learned happens to be the most controversial of Spanish traditions. It's mixed blessing for Spain. Many tourists are very curious to see it and view it as a fascinating insight into Spanish culture, but is also a stain on the country's reputation for others. Bullfighting is nowhere near as popular as it used to be, but it still features prominently in the country's self-image. Spanish culture is also closely linked to the famous flamenco genre in Spanish song, music, and dance. This passionate dance, along with the music, first originated in the south of Spain. It is a flamboyant dance that is accompanied with the soulful tunes of the guitar and a cante, which is a flamenco song, and is the soul of the dance. In its authentic form, it is one of the best classical cultural contributions that Spain has to offer. Like bullfighting, flamenco has also been referred to by many as the soul of Spain, and is a large part of the country's tradition and culture. I have to give a lot of thanks to my dear friend Laura, formerly with Crystal Events in Barcelona, who not only assisted me with translating during my interviews and showing me around town, but she also took the time to share more insight about the Spaniards. I found myself quickly becoming a bothersome tourist when asking for meetings during the Spanish siesta. What is the siesta, you ask? Spain being a hot country, historically during the mid-afternoon, workers in the fields would go and shelter from the heat. They would rest and siesta, and they would then be refreshed after their sleep and would work until late into the evening. Many Spaniards still take a daily siesta during the hottest part of the day. There are two periods most Spanish people take their afternoon rest, from 2 to 5 p.m. for those that are going to lunch or grabbing drinks, and from 4 to 8 or even 9 p.m. for people who work at bars and restaurants. I learned an appreciation for this, as many people would have to cut me short to run off to their siesta. And come to find out, many go to their family homes and share a meal with their loved ones. Sometimes parents would host a siesta, other times it was grandparents or other family members. This also became a time where everyone spent family time with one another during the day before going back to work and reconvening for a late dinner. I quickly grew envy for this lifestyle once I understood it. For more Spanish traditions and a deeper dive into weddings in Spain, please purchase my book at the link below, www.ceremoniesunveiled.com. To get more behind-the-scenes experiences, please tune in to my social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, at Ceremonies Unveiled, or my personal page, Brit Bertino. As the Spaniards would say, specifically those that speak Catalan, until next time, fins la próxima vegada. Adeu!